Episode 20. Did you have to make that up?
That's true. It's episode 20. 20 Banter in the Boxes this season. So, why is the computer so slow? Oh, computer's hanging. Right. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box, episode 20. Another Manager of the Season special. And I'm joined by guest presenter, none other than Ostrich Bar Stewards manager, Steve Moloney. So, hi, Steve.
Hello, everybody out there in internet land.
Yes, it's the Tinternet. So, I said at the end of episode 18 of Banter in the Box that I wouldn't do any more of these till the Virtual Presentation Awards. But I didn't anticipate how much the latest "Who the fuck is that?" question would get everyone so excited. No one was particularly bothered by this Manager of the Season competition, even though I said there'd be a prize at the start of the season until I announced the prize.
Tactical Gambit.
Which is a free Tactical Gambit next season. And since I've done that, everyone's been taking this "Who the fuck is that?" very seriously. So I felt compelled to do another update. That's the current table, the Manager of the Season table as it stands. Mark Benwell still leading the way with 7 points. And there wasn't much change this week, although I did give 1 point to Darren Ravel. He earned a Manager of the Season point this week for the quote of the week.
Quote of the week being?
Those of you, have you been, are you on, you're on the Family Fantasy Football League YouTube channel?
Yes.
So did you see the poll about who's the best looking poulter?
Yes, I did.
Yes. So there's a poll running for who's the best looking poulter. Is it Napoli manager Lee Poulter or debut manager Ray Poulter? And there's a Manager of the Season point for everyone who takes part in that poll, and there's also a Manager of the Season point two Manager of the Season points for either, or did I say 3? Can't remember. I've got it here actually. 2 Manager of the Season points for the winner of the poll. But those Manager of the Season points go in next season's competition, not this season's. And lots of people have been taking part in that poll on the Family Fantasy Football League YouTube channel. If you haven't taken part, get involved. But Darren Ravel posted, he voted for Ray, because Ray's better looking than me, but that's just my opinion. He voted for Ray, but he said, commenting on the picture, he said, but both are wearing terrible shirts. Let's hope he's better at picking a team than his son. They're both wearing Arsenal shirts, and Darren's a Hammer fan.
You can't fault Darren for that.
No, you can't. So he earns a Manager of the Season point for that quote, which is the quote of the week. So that puts Darren. I've not updated that table right. Darren should be joint third on 2 points. So that's the current table. They're all the people that your son's on there.
Yeah, how's Martin got?
I can't remember, Harry. Probably for being the best looking Maloney. I can't remember. No, that's
quite
not
possible. Yes.
That's not true.
He might have got an extra point for being the last one to pay for the FFFL
this season. He was one of the last. Yeah, he was very nearly last. I didn't think he was going to go back in it. You a bit embarrassed by your son's performance this year?
Not really embarrassed, no. But I think towards the end, then he was taking it a little bit more serious than what he did at the beginning. But
he woke up. It was his debut season.
Maybe
takes some getting used to.
Maybe it's because he had a lot more time on his hands, being awake all night, tending to the baby.
Oh yeah, maybe Farmer did it for him, got him focused. Yeah. So maybe he'll do better. He is in it next season.
Yes.
He left it late. There was a bit of a scramble actually.
When he's up at 4 o'clock in the morning changing shitty nappies.
Well, he might as well pick his
have a look
working out his transfers in. Yeah, have a look at his team. Yeah. There was a bit of a scramble because we had 5 managers drop out. We had 6 managers nominated. So I selected the 4 that got in. Your wife's joining. What do you actually think she'll do next year?
Oh, Carl is quite good at football. So
Carl, her son, is the assistant manager. He's going to be the brains behind the operation, isn't he?
She hasn't been happy all week though because there's been a slight modification to the name of her team.
Oh, what? She didn't call it Always Happy Endings?
No, it was no happy ending.
Oh, that was my mistake.
Yeah.
That was a genuine mistake.
She's come to terms with it this week. So.
The trouble is, I've now registered it as always happy endings, and it can't be changed against the rules. So
totally agree with
she'll have to live with that team name now.
Rules are rules.
So you think Di might be a threat? She might win it. Is it going to be a contender? No. Okay, fine.
I mean, at the end of the day, Carl is a Chelsea supporter. So
oh well, yeah. No. Uncle George, you like him. So yeah, we had those 4 nominated. Because 5 dropped out, we had a place. So your brother was one of the ones on the list, and
poor confused brother,
chap by the name of Oliver Tapping. So your brother decided he didn't want to enter. Oliver Tapping, there was some snafu. He didn't receive the numerous emails I sent him, and he was in bed or something. So anyway, he missed out. And then at the 11th hour, Ray Porter grabbed the last spot.
Hence the photograph.
Hence, I thought I'd welcome him, get him hit, throw him in at the deep end, and expose him to the banter that goes on.
Yeah,
break him in quick.
It's unfair.
Yeah, exactly. And my cousin Angela actually sent her entry fee, but a few minutes after race, so she missed out.
So cousin Angela didn't.
She's been in it before. She wanted a return, but she left it too late. So I've nominated her to join next season. So we've already had 2 managers nominated to join 2021-2022 season, and this season ain't started yet.
Oh God! Hopefully I'll do a little bit better than I've done for the last 3 years.
You were runners up in the cup in your first season or second season?
Second season.
But you've never done anything in the league?
No.
Maybe next year. You got your team in already?
Yes, a bit confused. It's very hard with £80 million.
Did you struggle picking your team in?
I did, yeah. So I've had to make a few compromises along the way.
Right.
You know,
but your team
then it couldn't be any worse than picking Norwich for me.
Well, that was your mistake this year. Norwich is your nominated club. Yeah, that was an interesting, one of the most controversial choices. The only one that beat that was Joe Appley going for an all Newcastle United lineup, which I don't think anyone will ever repeat again.
You try spending some money, wisely, but I did notice that all the people that were doing well in the league this last season had Liverpool as a nominated team.
Yeah, although even some people that aren't doing well at Liverpool's a nominated club. I think 15 of the 28 managers had Liverpool as a nominated club. Yeah, understandable.
And they all had quite a common denominator being what's his name?
Van Dijk,
as captain.
Yeah. I had him as captain. Yeah.
Having said that, having put my team forward, I'm a bit surprised at your pricing of goalkeepers, especially the Liverpool goalkeeper.
Yeah, you're not the first person to say that. You think he was too cheap?
I think he's
Alisson, $6.5 million.
That's why I snapped him up.
Yeah, Alisson, $6.5 million. Well, yeah. Maybe I've undervalued him. Maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm hoping it is, because otherwise I'm ghost.
So anyway, you're one of the 4 managers that got your team in.
Yeah.
4 weeks today, everyone has to get their teams in.
Who else has got their team in?
So I've got mine in, obviously. Yes. Steve Holmes is always the first. He's got his team in, and the 4th manager who's got his team in is Mark Benwell. It's not valid yet. It's an invalid team still, but at least he's got one in.
Undergoing modification, is it?
Well, I assume he's modifying it. Otherwise, it will be made valid as per detailed in the rules. But yeah. Anyway, so you've got 4 weeks to get your teams in for next season. There is no need to leave it until the last minute, because you can change your team as often as you want without penalty up until 9 p.m. on the 10th of September. And actually, I should say that whilst you have until 9 p.m. on the 10th of September, FFL HQ is closed from the 7th until the 10th, or the 11th. 7th until the 11th, FFL HQ is closed because we're going on holiday. So if you don't get your team in by the 6th of September, you can still enter it up until 9 p.m. on the 10th, but I will not be checking it. So if you enter your team late and it's invalid, then it will be made valid as detailed in the rules, and that's complicated. Too complicated for me to explain it now, because I've had a drink. So, but read the rules if you're interested in how that works.
Are you listening, Martin Moloney?
Yes, yes. Are you listening, Marie Appley? Marie Appley this season entered her team with 19 minutes to go, and it only had 10 players. So yeah,
and it was exactly the right amount of money.
It was exactly the right amount of money, but she only had 10 players. Yeah. So do not leave it until the last minute. So anyway, we've digressed. So this is a manager of the season update. So that is the current table, and there are still 10 points on offer for the who the fuck is that question that has been running for months. 4 managers had a guess this week. 2 people said Joe Hoxby. It's not Joe. 1 person said Sarah Simons. It's not Sarah. And 1 person said Nikki Saunders. It is not Nikki.
Wow.
So those of you that are playing a game, get your pen and paper at the ready. I'm going to read out all of the people that we've ruled out. It's a picture of a Family Fantasy Football League manager who took part this season, 2019-2020 season. And we've ascertained now that it is not Darren Ravel, Peter Hoxby, John Tustin, Mark Benwell. It's not me. It's not Ryan Perrin. It's not Jack Hoxby. It's not Neil Hatch. It's not Joe Hoxby or Sarah Simons or Nikki Saunders. So that's 13 of the 28 managers we've ruled out. You now have a 1 in 15 chance of getting it right. Have you had a guess at this yet?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
1 in 15 chance of getting it right. 10 manager of the season points on offer, which even if you haven't got a manager of the season point yet, will put you top and in pole position for that star prize worth up to £10 million, a free tactical gambit to use next season.
£10 million.
One of the tactical gambits is worth 10 million. All the others are worth 5. If you don't know what a tactical gambit is, you have not yet read the rules, and you should do so. But it's a prize worth winning. So you have a 1 in 15 chance of getting it right. Remember, 1 guess per week per manager. So don't go too early with your guess. But even if you haven't got a clue who that is, like I say, you've got a 1 in 15 chance. It's worth having a guess. And just to remind you, unfortunately, in this 25th season of the Family Fantasy Football League, we were hoping to mark the quarter of a century with something a bit more special than we were going to be able to. But because of COVID, we can't meet up in person. We are having to do a virtual FFL presentation awards. I'll try and make it as special as I can, albeit virtually. And that is live on the Family Fantasy Football League YouTube channel, which is, if you're watching this, is where you currently are, on Saturday, the 29th of August at 2 p.m.
Very good.
So how was your first Banter In The Box presenting, Steve?
I think I could fill this spot.
Yeah.
Jack, you better look out, mate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's see what comments we get. So
it could be a bit like sort of, what would you call it? Roy Keane and
Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be a rivalry, you and Jack. Well, maybe that'll be our next poll. Who's the better presenter?
You've got to go for that one.
Steve Moloney, Mark Benwell, or Jack Hoxby?
Yeah. See, Jack is otherwise occupied at the moment.
Oh, yeah, he's moved in with his girlfriend now, so he spends all his time shagging. No, I shouldn't have. I'm going to be in trouble when Joe watches this back.
He'll soon grow out of that.
Yeah, hopefully not, but yeah. Do we ever grow out of it? I mean, maybe it gets beaten out of us.
We don't grow out of it. It just gets withheld or taken away.
Yeah, I don't think we ever grow out of it. Anyway, we're digressing. We've had a drink. So, thanks very much. Have a go at the who the fuck is that question. Like I say, it's well worth it. If you haven't done so, get your team in. If you haven't done so, read the rules. Don't forget about the virtual FFL presentation awards live at 2 p.m. on Saturday, the 29th of August. And if no one guesses the who the fuck is that question this week, but lots of people have a guess and get it wrong, we'll be back again next Saturday. And until then, tutty bye.
Bye-bye.